Well, there's 226 bricks. Don't need that many. A band has got 113 apiece. That's Boer Old Jackson, what I built the barbecue pit with. Went and got some. I just need a few. I've got some left over from the last run when I built it, but I don't feel like going picking them up out of the yard. So I went and got one band. I thought, well, it's only like $35, $38. Get two while I'm at it. There they are. We got a little project for this weekend. When I was building it, I got tired and I didn't finish what I was going to initially. I just thought I'd just stop right there. But I'm going to put two little half bricks here and then do a standing soldier course. This type thing right here, stand them up. So we're going to have two more courses up on top. But really what I'm going to do is fix this lift. The top of this thing is just mudded in. It's just mortar. And this winter we had water seep in up underneath it, follow this brick lintel and freeze. And it lifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bricks. So we're going to take these up, chip this off, clean this up, and reset them. And then put a nice decorative top course. Well, now that we've broken her open and cleaned it up, let's see if our theory was correct as we autopsy this. Well, look at that lintel. See how nice and rusty that is? That tells me she's been getting wet. Amazing how I figured that out. Now look at the gap in the voids in the mortar behind it. That's in the vertical pieces that met the lintel. And you see those big gaps? Water seeped down against that lintel and the brick, and when it froze, it pushed back against it, and that's what started the wedge. Once it wedged them, the fact that we were bedded down nicely and neatly didn't make any difference. It just gave it a nice place for the water to seep up underneath it, and that's what caused the brick to lift. Now up top, where we had lintels back to back, see, we had some voids in here. But it was okay, we didn't get water back here. You see, we still got our lintels painted pretty good. But you also see that we had it buried within the mud a little bit. Now look on this side. This is the way we intended it to be. You see, every one of those cores is full. See how I got it chipped off, ready for the new bed joint? And in between the fire brick and the outside brick, we have the wall itself filled solid with mortar. That helps take the heat and it'll keep the thing from cracking and hold up longer. But now let me show you another mistake I made. Now this is an execution error, not a design error. See, I missed these holes and those cores are hollow. Now if I had a proper bed joint, it really shouldn't matter over here on this wall, because this wall should be able to take that driving rain at 80 miles an hour, but still I had intended to have every core filled. Well, we're getting ready to mix the mud and start the repair and the new build. We've got our standing soldiers kind of laid out. They're going to be pretty thin jointed. We come down here, and you see I've cut out a little bit of that lintel so that I won't be showing rust leaching through the mud when she's done. Got the bed cleaned out for the repair. If you look back there, I've got some laid out on the back. Got my corners ready. Now I want to make one thing clear on the previous segment. You see where that little joint right there, that one should be cored and solid, filled with solid. And I got a little in there, but it's not all the way to the top. Once you get into the hollow wall, it's just like a hollow wall veneer on your house. It doesn't have to be filled. I was intending to fill a little bit of space in and around to the side of the firebox. And of course, there we go. If you'll notice, this is a little shorter because when we do this, we got to have some room for our mud joints. That's a slice. I've already cut these. You'll see we just do the corner like that. They're just a stack up, and then we'll stack another soldier that way in the back. See, they're not going to be big enough to take a brick. I'll have to cut some faces off and basically tile them. They'll be brick, but they'll be tiled right across those chimneys. Much like, let's see, much like this. See how those cut the face off and just glued them on there like a tile? It also helps if you'll score the back side of them a little bit with the blade, and that gives them a little something to grip into. Now, got this filled in, got these reset. So I left that a little bit low because I'm getting ready to set another course on top, and there's really no point in filling them. So here we go. And there we go. I've got the ends set, and I don't know about you, but I have a little difficult time getting these soldiers to stand anywhere near straight unless I have something solid to back them up against. So what I've done is masonry infield, kind of hogged these in, 2 layers of brick, and then was able to stand up the soldiers and give them something to back up against. And then when I'm finished, I think I'll do a thin bed, and I got some old 20-year-old quarry towels in there. I may actually come in there and fill it and knock off the sludge on the end, maybe cut me a little cap on there, dress it up a little bit. Depends on how tired I get this time before I quit. Alright, well, set the row up there, get about the spacing just about right, and I'll take them down probably 3 at a time and bed them up, set them up. There you go. Take a look at those bottoms. See how irregular the head of those bricks are? Make them a booger to try to lay. It also gives it that edge, which is difficult to get a good head joint on and get a uniform anyway. It's difficult for me to stand them up. Maybe you're a little better than I am. But it also lets you get by with a little old-fashioned look to it. And there's most of the top. It's got the repair and the standing soldiers in place. Now we just have to go around and do the back before we run out of daylight. Now this is what we're going to do. We're going to just lay those up there like that. We've got to cut them as tiles, and we're running out of daylight. Well, there's some, I guess he's going on 20-year-old tile now. There's some quarter tile up there I can use. I have to go up there to get it though. I may just mud it in, it depends. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and tile these in. Really, there's not that much need to do this. I think I could do the same thing, mortaring it in and maybe sealing it this time. But made little end caps. This is about, quarry tile is about what they use to make shingles with in various parts of the country and in Europe. So I'll mortar it in and just seal the joints. Now we're still green, but you should get an idea how I filled in the top. And that's not for decoration or anything. Certainly too tall to put a can of Diet Coke on top. But it should keep water out a little bit better. And here's a quick view of the repaired corner.